Today's episode of Chat and Chew is sponsored by Be Positive Productions and Multimedia Studios, LLC. I like to think of imagination as something akin to a superpower. Used in the right context for good, it can help bolster our aspirations and propel us closer to our goals. We visualize the outcome of our accomplishments and work toward attaining said thing. However, when used to propagate untruths, reality can become distorted. We no longer know what's real and what's not. The more often we repeat something to ourselves, the more likely it is to become our truth, and the lines between perception and reality begin to blur. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a wrap. Please make sure you follow us on Facebook, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and of course, hit the bell to activate notifications that will remind you when we're on. Please be sure to leave us a comment to let us know how we're doing. We'd love to hear from you.
I want to invite you to our Father Forever Authentic Fatherhood Summit. This summit is for all fathers, new fathers, struggling fathers, our good fathers who want to be great fathers. We will take a deep dive into the purpose of fatherhood through our roundtable and panel discussion. We want to further empower you to be the best dad you can be. Also, if you know of a new father, our struggling father, invite them. If you know of a great father, invite them as well, so we can glean from their insight during our question and answer sessions. It's going to be a great summit as we share in the brotherhood of fathers. Can't wait to see you there. Welcome once again to our weekly Chat and Chew podcast. My name is Dr. Glenn Warren, and we have a very exciting podcast today. But before we get into it, I'm going to toss it over to Mr. James Jackson, who's going to give us some housekeeping things we need to do.
Thank you, Glenn, and welcome all our viewers. My name is James Jackson. I'm the Dean of Students for Fathers Forever University. So I'm here to welcome you and let you know, if you're a Facebook user, please like our page and share it with your friends. And if you are a YouTube user, please subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell so that you will be notified when we are on the air. So, Glenn, I'm tossing it back to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We have a very, very exciting podcast to do, and I know some of you are probably maybe doing dinner while you're watching us, so let's chat and chew while you do. We have a very, very exciting podcast today. We have two of our guys who's been working with us, and one name is Mr. Eric Rogers and Mr. Joshua Murphy. We're going to get into how they got introduced to Fathers Forever and how they got to working with us. And before we do that, though, I'm going to let them just kind of tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, and all that good stuff.
My name is Joshua Murphy. I'm 37. I'm from Bristol, Connecticut. Moved down here when I was 18. My family wanted to retire, and got into some issues. But I'm on the right track right now, so just working, man.
Okay.
Maintaining my life, trying to just do right.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay. All right, Mr. Eric Rogers.
My name is Eric Rogers. I'm from Clayton, North Carolina. little small town. What can I say? I had a peaceful life most of my life until my late 20s. Got in a lot of trouble since then, and I've gradually pulled myself out of it since then. Thankful for Fathers Forever for that. Very big help.
All right. So Clayton, North Carolina.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah. And all the way from Connecticut. I've been to Connecticut once before, a long time ago. But for our audience who don't know, Fathers Forever kind of got two legs. We got the fatherhood component, the 12 classes, but we also have the transition house, which is we have like 38 beds for guys who are returning from prison. And we work with them for about 90 days to 120 days, kind of give them a head start to get them back out and do a lot of classes with them. So Eric, as well as Joshua, has come to us and actually both of them had graduated from, we're going to talk to Mr. Murphy first. He graduated from the fatherhood program. And so we're going to kind of get into how they got here. They were referred to us by Department of Public Safety, now Department of
Adult
Correction. And they were referred to us, and for 120 days, we do a lot of wraparound services to help their reentry back to the community a lot better. So just tell us, without getting into a lot of details, tell us how you really kind of got down here.
Well, here at Fathers Forever?
Yeah.
So I was in prison for 6 years for obtaining property by false pretenses.
Okay.
Is the technical term.
Okay.
I was selling fake football and basketball tickets.
I heard about that.
Yeah, it's it wasn't fun.
It wasn't fun.
It was good money now,
Okay.
but not worth it.
Was there a shortage of customers?
Huh? No.
So one day, as my dad would say, the chicken came home to roost.
Yeah. So I guess I did like 5 years, 9 months, and 24 days.
Wow.
And something clicked in that bid.
Yeah.
No will to do anything illegal anymore.
Wow.
It's gone. I mean, I work. I'll work every day for the rest of my life. I'm not going back to prison.
Right. So what kind of life did you have before you end up doing that? My parents were together. They were in our lives. Me and my sister, they never had a good childhood. Everything I wanted, they gave it to me. I worked as a kid. It's just when we moved to North Carolina, they moved to a small town. Man, that's the worst thing they could have done. And you was born?
Rambunctious 18-year-old.
Wow.
And when I say a small town, like Fairmont.
Okay, I know what Fairmont is. Yeah, small
Mhm.
town. That's smaller than Clayton.
Yeah.
You can believe that.
There's nothing to do but get in jail.
Right. So you found a lot of trouble to get into.
Yeah, sadly. The internet's my worst nightmare.
Wow. So you after 16 years and whatever, and they discharged you. What did they tell you was going with?
For the last 6 months of my bid, my interstate compact was done to go to South Carolina.
Right.
And
You might want to tell the folks what interstate commerce is.
Interstate compact is
compact.
If you have family that resides in another state, you do an application, and they either approve it or deny it, but based on like no criminals can be in the household. Can't be like a drug area, and you have to pay a fee, and it's other state has to accept you.
Right.
So they can say, well, his charges now we don't want him. So they did my interstate compact, and then I guess my niece's husband got in trouble. He was on probation, didn't tell me.
Right.
So I had a PO assigned in Rock Hill, South Carolina, and everything. They went, checked out the house, and everything was good. Then the next day, I had 9 days left. They come and say, we need a new home plan. New home plan?
Right.
I've been locked up 6 years. Where else am I going to go?
Right.
So they said, well, we're going to send you to your last county of conviction. I've never been to Raleigh. I just committed online crimes in Raleigh. I've never been to Raleigh.
Oh, wow.
So they said, when they told me that, I said, transitional housing? No, not for me.
Yeah. So our audience, sometimes when our justice-involved citizens, when they return back from home from doing the time that they have committed, they get the chance to go back home. Sometimes they don't want to go back home because that's where they got in trouble at. Sometimes they get to pick another place to go at. And again, like you said, a lot of things have to fall in place for that to happen. And apparently yours didn't fall in place. And a lot of times situations, the clients are, they discharge to the streets if they don't have no place to go at. And sometimes that's why fatherhood programs and reentry program is so important to be able to have at least a temporary place to go at until you can kind of get yourself together. So you was so what happened after during those 9 days?
I was going through it. I called my niece. I told her, listen, wherever they drop me off at, you better be there ready to pick me up. I'm not staying.
Wow.
And that was
how long ago?
And
that
you
was?
were talking about North Carolina though at that time.
Well, no, I was talking about Raleigh.
I mean, Raleigh,
Yeah.
North Carolina at that time.
I'm not going to a place I don't know nobody. I
Right.
don't know what's going on.
That's a tough thing.
So
I was planning on violating parole.
okay. So they picked you up and told you was coming to Raleigh.
Yeah.
What was you at then? What prison was you
I
at?
was at, where did I release from? Maury Correctional.
That's
Maybe
in.
like an hour and a half.
Okay.
And my PO picked me up. She tried to call my sister, which thank the Lord I didn't do that. Because I was not going to be like, I'll go live in Fairmount with my sister.
Right.
Going right back to prison.
Right back to trouble. Yeah. Right.
So it was a Saturday. I got out. They brought me here.
I mean, actually, we did your.
Yeah.
Did I? Yeah. Because I was here that. I worked that Saturday.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you took care of his
I took care of
intake.
the intake. Yeah.
Yeah.
You, Miss Angela and Mr. Williams.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Williams told me right off the bat, because I told him I'm not trying to do this. Like the first question I asked Mr. Williams, well, in this house, can I use the kitchen? That's the first question. No. So I was like, I'm definitely not staying no more. I can't cook. Nah.
Mr. Williams was one of our staff.
Love Mr. Williams.
Yes.
Man.
So they dropped you off that day, and what made you stay? What made you decide that?
So Mr. Williams was like, listen, you ain't gotta stay. He's like, you just come, do what you need to, you leave. I don't care. I was like, so it kind of threw me off a little bit, like, geez, okay. So when I got to the house, I called my niece. I told her, listen, I'm here. And she's like, do you want me to come get you? I was like, man, you're not already out here? I was mad because she was already supposed to be
Right.
here. So she's like, just give it the weekend.
So Murphy, you are a father, right?
Yes.
Right.
And as a father, you had to attend our mandatory fatherhood class. What do you think about that?
I enjoyed the class.
Right.
That's why I found.
I mean, but really, when you heard that you had no choice in that particular matter, it didn't have a problem with it?
I like knowledge. I thirst for knowledge. So
Okay.
If I can learn something,
All right.
I want to learn something.
Right.
All right.
So after the weekend was over, what made you decide to tell your sister not to come back and pick you up?
I decided to give it a try.
Okay.
I
All
got
right.
a job. First week,
Okay.
I had a job.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
And
Waffle
so he enrolled into the fatherhood program.
Right.
The guys will get to stay with us 90 to 120 days.
Right.
And then they could be discharged, So what happened in those 90 days that made you decide that you was going to?
I guess everything really just started clicking and falling into place. I had got my job. I was working. I wasn't stressing out, being around family, old friends. I feel obligated to go here, go
Right.
there. Here it was just peace of mind. I just focus on me.
It was a new beginning, a new place.
Focus, everything. What I got to do is for me. I ain't got to worry about nobody else.
Yeah.
It was just, I love the peace and quiet.
Right.
Very
So,
true.
so as James mentioned, when the guys get out, if they get kids under 18, they have to attend the fatherhood classes. So when you started coming to the classes, what were some of the things that really? I mean, I think you attended every class. You didn't.
I didn't miss
You
no
had a
class.
perfect
I was
attendance.
out the house,
Yeah.
Yeah, he was at every
I called him our valedictorian.
Yeah, he was at every class, and actually gave a lot of good. Tell us about you got a daughter, right?
Yep.
Tell us about your daughter.
She'll be 13 in July.
Okay.
She lives in Bristol, Connecticut.
Okay.
All she does is eat food and play video games. So
Okay.
it's just a mini version of me. That's
Okay. Wow. So how often you talk to her?
every day. She actually just tried to call me a minute ago.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
So what about the fatherhood program really kind of assist you in being the dad that you could be?
Man, learning about. Well, we had this class like 3 weeks straight too.
Chapter
Child
3.
support. Learning about child support is not just paying the state; it's actually taking care of your child
Yeah,
without
yeah.
having to pay
Right.
the state. And It gave me a new understanding on
Right,
child
right.
support.
So child support, often the guy, when you went with a lot of people, when you hear the word child support, we'll think about the money. But it does include the money now. But it's much broader than
Emotion,
just the money. It's being there for your kids, period.
Yes.
Being accessible, being there, not being a perfect dad, a perfect parent for that matter, but just being there for your kid, for your kids. And so a lot of times, one of the reasons why we spend so much time with child support, because gets a lot of guys tripped up. Because I was a custodian father, and my mother and my kids paid me child support. And it was like clockwork. I got my child support like clockwork, and because that was part of my budget. And she missed a couple of days, a couple of months. It's like working 40 hours and then get your check for 38. I mean, get
32.
32.
Yeah.
There's a lump in your budget. And so child support should be timely, consistently, because that is a part of the other parent's budget. And when that child support is not there, so that's the reason why we talk about it's so consistent. And some of the guys' perspective is that, my $150, $200 don't really mean a whole lot. So today I'm going to go out and buy me some new sneakers. I'm going to buy me some new Jordans or whatever. She don't need that this month. Or she's taking that money, he for that matter, and going out and spending it on himself, getting his hair done, getting his hair. So we have a whole class about where child support money is going.
So what was funny about that class, Dr. Warren, was we spent 3 weeks on it.
On that class. Because
but there were some individuals who were struggling with the idea, the concept, the meaning of child support.
Yeah.
And their meaning in their mind was, I got to give her my money.
Right.
And it's bigger than that.
Much bigger.
So we really did spend 3 weeks straight on child support.
Yeah.
And Murphy was like, man, not child support again. I mean, because he got it.
I got the Zoom class. I was so scared that Zoom class was going to be child support.
Yeah, because and a lot of guys, they kind of need that. But a lot of times when the guys lead the program, we ask them to, write up a summary and what is the most impactful class of the 12 classes. A lot of them, their understanding of child support changed. Another one is, believe it or not, is the unforgiveness part. Because we do a class about unforgiveness and anger management, which a lot of guys have anger issues because of, being mistreated. A lot of things, I've been abused as a child and all kind of stuff.
Misrepresented.
Misrepresented. In your case, you're supposed to be living with your niece, and all of a sudden now, 9 days later, you are told you got to go somewhere you don't know.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Mr. Rogers, what were your... So, let me have one more question for you. After you finished fatherhood program, what made you decide to stay in Raleigh?
My job.
Your job, okay. And that's why, guess what, y'all? He's got one of the jobs at one of my favorite restaurants, the Waffle House. Actually, now tell us what you did at the Waffle House.
I'm a third shift assistant manager. I do safe deposits, drawer accounts, drawer setups, bank deposits now. That was new. Not fun.
Wow.
Having to count all the change, man. Not fun.
Right.
But I have a say in hiring and firing.
Okay.
And I pretty much run every third shift I work. I'm the shift supervisor. So
Okay. Yeah.
I tell if somebody gets me mad, bye.
Right.
But I have to interject something here. Murphy has a special place in my heart because when he came on board, he said, man, I want to work, and I'm going to work. and Murphy had 2 jobs.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, he had 2 jobs at the same time, that he was trying to run 2 jobs at the same time. But he put in the effort, which paid off, and I guess gave him the option to choose which job he wanted to remain at.
Right.
But I take my hat off to, I don't wear hats, but I give my congratulations to Joshua for keeping his word. He said he was going to finish the class, and he did.
Yes.
He said he was going to graduate, and he did. So kudos to you, Mr. Murphy.
Thank you, Mr.
Yes. So at the end of our audience again, at the end of our 12 weeks, class, we have a graduation. We invite the neighborhood to come, family members, the kids, or whatever. And actually, we just had a graduation this past Monday where Joshua graduated as one of the students there. And so a lot of guys hit the ground running, as Joshua did. Some of them don't hit the ground running. And 12 weeks later, they are just at the same place as they were when they got here.
Yeah. Or they're just trying to
Just
start
trying
to do something
Yeah.
with minimal time left, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
not going to help.
Yes,
It's
yes,
not going to
yes,
work.
exactly. Yeah. So congratulations, Mr. Joshua. So now we're going to shift a little bit. Let's talk about Mr. Eric Rogers. Eric came from, we grew up in Johnson County. I'm from Benson. We didn't know each other, obviously. And then, so tell us exactly a little bit before you got to Father Forever. What was going on? How'd you get to Father Forever?
Mine was a drug problem. I
Okay.
got caught with drugs in 2024, actually at Christmas time. And they put me on-
2024?
22, I'm
22.
sorry.
22.
Excuse me.
All right.
And they had put me on intense probation, which I couldn't do. So I actually ran off on probation. And then they caught me 15 months later, and then I had to serve my time there. I had signed up in prison for Fathers Forever, and they somehow, the paper, it got mixed up that they had to send me back to county to pull 10 more days before my actual sentence was up. County
Okay.
time.
Okay,
So-
okay.
I actually was on the street for 5 days before I come here. With nowhere to sleep,
Wow.
and
So,
I finally did the paperwork, and luckily y'all had one bed left.
how did you know about Fathers Forever?
I learned about it when I was in Wake County Jail.
Okay.
I got Josh, he was my bunkmate, was telling me about it because he's talking about Mr. Glenn. Mr. Glenn, that's all I remember.
Okay.
Mr. Glenn, I used to work with Mr. Glenn. Mr. Glenn do this, we're washing cars, and he just made it sound so good that I wanted to try it.
Okay.
So what prior to 2022, had you not gotten in any trouble before? Had you never been incarcerated before then?
I was just jail for a couple days.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
Sir. Just small stuff,
Right.
but nothing.
Nothing
like this
major.
time. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you spent almost 2 years incarcerated, and then was discharged back to.
The community.
Almost 10 months incarcerated.
Okay, 10
I was on the
months.
run for 15 months.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you didn't go through the fatherhood component because you don't have kids, so we don't
Yes,
require guys to go. You can if you want to, but so Mr. Rogers, actually, we have 5 different houses, and Mr. Rogers has been very instrumental in, doing little odd stuff. He's a busybody, and he's going to do
Mr.
something.
Fix It.
He's going to fix something,
Mr. Fix It.
and he just took the initiative
Mm-hmm.
and just started doing stuff, and everybody kind of watched, what he was doing, and when it's time for his time was up, we had a position, and what we try to do is to be honest as well. We try to advocate for our guys that, to people to accept them as employers, and for us to not practice what we preach is not a good thing. So if we're going to require other employers or ask other employers to hire our justice involved individuals, then we have to do as well, and we do. So we find out Mr. I'm a country boy. I'm from Benson. Grew up on chickens,
Yeah.
so we got a chicken coop. Mr. Rogers loved to keep the chickens. So I was like, and we always had different guys from time to time to take care of the chickens. Obviously, when it's time to leave, we had to get somebody else. And so Mr. Rogers, so I just let you tell us about what are some of the things you do for Fathers Forever now.
It all started off helping wash cars.
Okay.
And then I got to the point where we weren't washing cars. I would just come in and clean the office, vacuum, sweep, take the trash out, dust, shred papers,
Yes.
whatever they needed, hang signs.
Yeah.
And then the chicken job came up, which I grew up pretty much raising chickens with my family. So I took that over and actually got them fatter.
Yes, he did. We got 9 fat chickens.
All right.
9 fat
Right.
chickens now.
That lay eggs.
They lay eggs.
Yeah.
Every day.
You one of them.
And then I worked my way to house monitoring on the weekends, and that led to doing nights now, which I'm very thankful for, and I'm just keep on trucking.
Every time I see Mr. Rogers, I'm an afternoon guy, so I come in anywhere from 12 or 1, and they're kind of winding down their day after being here at the office. And Mr. Rogers always has a positive spirit about him. You know, he's always doing something that's going to be needed, or something that maybe someone else didn't do at all. Right. And he's going to figure out, oh, let's do this. You know, we have a smoking area out back at the back of our facility, and there's a ashtray, outside ashtray there.
Right.
And someone was going in it and rolling their own cigarettes with whatever's in the container. But Mr. Rogers, I said, Mr. Rogers, look at this all on the ground. Somebody's out here just littering for no reason, you know. He said, I'll fix that.
Yeah.
And he did. He said, I'm going to put water in there.
So nobody can do that.
Yeah. So if you go in it, there's nothing for you, right? Because it's wet.
Especially you didn't have to fit. You didn't have to leave your mess.
You can't roll anything.
Exactly.
So he's a solution guy, you know, but he's always smiling, and he's always willing to help.
Right.
You know, and I give my kudos to Mr. Rogers.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Mr. Murphy, where would you be at now if it wasn't for Father's Day?
Let's see. It's March. Prison. I'd really, honestly, I'd probably do my 9 months post-release. I would have violated parole. This really saved me. This program saved my life.
Man.
I'd be in prison, hands down.
Wow.
Y'all gave me the will. So
and we help you, but you decided this is what you wanted to do.
Yep.
You know, so we do what we do, and we give that guy the opportunity, just like a launching pad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could just like a runaway. You can.
Yeah,
you could stay there the end and don't do nothing, or you could launch your way into your future. And we provided the launching pad, but you provided the fuel to get you up in there.
He did it. He did the work.
Yeah. So very proud of you for that.
Thank you,
Mr. Eric. Where would you be at?
Without a stable place to stay, probably right back in prison.
Wow.
As I would have took off running too. No, there's no doubt about it in my mind. Been on the streets, been around the same atmosphere that got us there. It's the definition of insanity, you know.
Yeah, and sometimes that's why fatherhood program. That's why reentry program is so important.
Yes, sir.
For justice individuals when they have completed their sentence. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we as society make it hard for them to do the right thing because we don't have the resources that they need to succeed. But thank God to Wake County and some other counties around it, and providing some of the services that you guys need to get you. Initially, it's your choice. You got to make it. But if we can make it easier for you to do the right thing, you guys will do the right thing. And I want to say I'm very, very proud of the both of you. You're one of our key employers now. We call on Mr. Rogers to do a lot of stuff. He wears a lot of hats, does a lot of cleaning. If I need something done, get Mr. Rogers in. He's really.
He's going to do it right the first time.
He's going to do it right to fix the guy.
Yeah, the first time around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I just want to throw one more question out to both Joshua and Eric. You have been in the program. You've exited the program. What could Fathers Forever do to enhance or to improve or to make a difference? What are some things that if you had the will and the power to do it, what would you do?
Yeah. What are some things that was lacking that we didn't provide for you that you wish maybe we had? Okay.
You gave me every key I needed to do what I needed to do. Y'all aren't lacking. It's the people that come into the program that just don't care.
That would be my point of view too. From seeing it from an employee standpoint, sometimes some guys they get too much leniency. You know? But as far as we made it. Anybody can make it.
Yeah.
And y'all do a wonderful job with everything. I mean, there wasn't nothing I needed.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to buy nothing.
But you know, Fathers Forever shows love in multiple ways.
Oh, yes, sir.
You know, and we always want to be able to improve what we do, but we need men like you all to always be able to say, it was worth my time to come and to learn and to just have another opportunity. So we appreciate you both, because you didn't have to be here either. You know, you could have chosen somewhere else.
I wish I could come back sometime.
I know, right?
Yeah, I wish I could come back, man.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah.
much easier
Yeah.
and cheaper.
Right. Right. So I think we're going to wrap it up. But to our subscribers, Facebook friends, and YouTube, please go to our website and, like James said, and follow us. We have a newsletter, a monthly newsletter that you're going to see a lot of guys that we highlighted. So I think you guys both have been, at one point in time, been highlighted. So go to our website and subscribe for our newsletter, and you can follow up with us, and that's what we're doing. And sometimes we do a session called Where Are They Now?
Right.
Where we bring guys back to us and talk to us about their experience with us and what are the things that they're doing now. So again, congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for being
Thank you, sir.
a part of Fathers Forever family.
We know you. We love you both, man. We love you
very,
both.
very proud of you guys, and just keep up the good work. So this is signing off for another weekly podcast. We really enjoy the time of being with you, and for please go to our website, make donations, because nonprofit Father is a nonprofit, and we're always looking for donations for food, clothes, and the gently used towels and washcloths, all those kind of things that we need on a regular basis. Our suits for our men's closet, we always need men clothing. Please, if you go into your closet and you want to throw away some stuff, bring it to us, and we'll take it off your hands. And it's a tax deduction because we are 501(c). But until next time, we'll say so long and see you later. Here's 3 ways you can support our Dads at a Distance initiative. Give a copy to a family member, our friend. Donate monthly, a book monthly, 5 books monthly, how many books you want to do monthly donation. Reverse book signing, your church, your business. You can make a donation go to our website at www.afatherforever.com and go to our PayPal at Fathers Forever. Our Cash App is $Fathers Forever. Make your donation today. Please include in the note section, include DAAD. Again, include in the note section DAAD.
If you or someone you know would like to be a part of the show, please visit our website at www.afatherforever.com or call us at 919-779-9905. The Chat and Chew podcast streams Thursdays at 8 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook. To schedule a reverse book signing or to find out more information about how you can become a part of the programs you heard us mention today, please be sure to stop by our website as well.
Hello, everyone. This is Glenn Warren, founder and executive director of Fathers Forever. I want to share an alarming reality with you. 627,000 fathers are incarcerated that have kids under 18. Now, there are 56,000 moms incarcerated who have kids under 18. The reality is there are so many more fathers incarcerated than moms. This is why I Am a Father Forever book exists. Now, I need your help. I am inviting you to help us get this book into as many fathers incarcerated as possible. Here's how it works. For your donation of $22, we will provide a book to an incarcerated father. Thank you in advance for helping Fathers Forever heal fathers and save families.